What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and we are getting back into things with our regular scheduled Madden 20 franchise modes. Getting in here to episode 10 of Flashback Pink Slips. A big 4 weeks here as we go week 2 against the Jags, divisional rival. Week 3 against the Colts, divisional rival. Week 4 against the Marshals, rival. And then we got week 5 against, they're also divisional rival. And week 5 against the San Francisco 49ers. We are 1-0. We're able to ugly beat the LA Rams 13-6 in our opener. We pretty much got nothing in terms of an upgrade. I was very patriotic and biased in acquiring Israel Adonijah because it didn't matter. We literally had, it was a one-star performance. It was not good enough, and the win hurts. It's a painful win if there's such a thing because, we're at a spot now, even with this team, I'm still thinking we're probably on the outside looking in for a playoff contender. So the worse pick you do, the better prospect you potentially get to land in the draft. So if you do win a game, you want to make sure you're able to acquire big talent and not just a guy that is going to be depth and never going to see the field. So what we're going to do here today is we are going to sim the Jags and sim the Niners, and we'll play the two games right there in the center. Obviously, that big week 3 matchup, Manning versus Manning, Peyton versus Eli is huge. And pretty much anytime we play the Marshals, we're going to want to hop in there because if you're brand new, you never heard it, Marshals were the first relocation team we did way back. I think it was in Madden 19, way back, literally a year ago. But the first flashback franchise was the San Antonio Marshals. So here, we're going to kick things off here. Week 2, getting right back into pink. So I hope you don't forget the rules. I need to push myself up on the rules, but we are now at risk of losing players. So this is where it gets worried because we're simming. We don't have any control over this, and you can assume that in more often than not, I would say well over 50% of the time when we sim games, we are going to be probably losing because we're not that well built of a roster. So we'll brush up here quickly on some quick rules before we get it. Our team captains are the only players that are exempt from being stolen away. So that's Albert Hainsworth, that is James Harrison, Andre Johnson, Jason Witten, Andre Dyson, who's 2580. Yeah, he's a little bit younger. He probably will catch up to O'Neal. That's a tough one, but because he's an original Tennessee Titan Houston Oilers that we're getting into, we'll have him be the captain over a Delta O'Neal. We also have, these guys don't count. They're fake. Like, it's just glitched for whatever reason. Eli Manning is also our final team captain. So, yeah, this is going to be very weird if we go into this very first game of the 4-piece that we're getting into. 4-piece and taters on the side. No sauce if the Jags and the sim take away one of our players. So let's get into it. Hopefully we can find a way to win and acquire another talented playmaker. Maybe a John Henderson from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, let's get into the sim. Very nervous. The team that we have worked hard to build over the past year and a half, is now in the hands of the Madden sim. And I guess best case scenario, honestly, is just don't lose a 5-star game. At the end of the day, we do get the preventive measures of having our team captains can't be poached. So it's never like we're going to lose some of our elite play. But Death O'Neal, he's our best corner. He is unprotected. So if we get absolutely smoked, there's definitely a chance that we can lose. So here into the second half, we do have a 3-point lead, which is 6-point lead, which is looking weird because I guarantee if this could be a very similar victory if we could somehow find a way to pull this one out. Then the first one, where we're not going to have any stars. It's going to be pretty rough. They get a touchdown to go up 1 point. It's 1 minute and 23 seconds left. For us, we're going to win. We kick the field goal with 5 seconds remaining. It's a 2-point victory. See, this is going to make the sim that much more I don't know what the word is. It's not necessarily anxiety, but we were able to find a way to win that game through the sim, 19-17. This was Eli Manning going out there, finding a way to will this team to victory. I guarantee you, I can already tell. Looking at it face value, it's got to be like a 1-star victory. It's going to be a meaningless victory, but somehow the Houston Oilers are 2-0. I'm going to calculate the star rating. We'll be just right back, but I feel like this is going to be a very low scoring tally here. Hey, so looking at it right now, it's a win, and it's a divisional win. I didn't even clue into that. It's very first thing in the morning. So right off the rip, we got 2 stars. As you can see here, plus minus. We actually had more turnovers, so we didn't get nothing there. On the offense, Mr. Elisha Manning wasn't a clean game. It definitely was not a clean game. 4 yards away from getting us half star, which at the end of the day wouldn't really matter. But enough to get the win, but not great for pink slips. 83 yards for Willie Parker. Just shy, 5 yards shy of Bolden for getting a star. We had the touchdown went to Jabbar Gaffney. But on the defense, we get a little bit of help here. 2.5 sacks from Albert Hainsworth is worth half a star. We also had an interception from Todd McBride, which gives us a 3-star performance on the game, which gives us a +6 opportunity from the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot better than what I expected. Here's the trade that we have come up with. We actually are losing a dev trade as well as gaining a dev trade, which is weird to say. So we're going to flip Deltha O'Neal, who is an 85 star dev corner, 27 years old, for Fernando Bryant, 88 superstar. So we'll get an upgrade there. However, we are going to flip 26-year-old middle linebacker. He's almost a 70. Antonio Pierce, who's a star, for Ayodele, who's 2 years is younger. 3 overall points at this point higher. You are losing a little bit of a dev trade, but we just need to get a little bit more production. Those skill points are going to be that much more valuable as we want to continue to improve the middle linebacker position. And with the acquisition of the corner there, obviously a really, really damn good player. I feel like at this point it's going to be just a little bit more beneficial to give him one of the captaincy spots over Dyson. I figure over that 2-year period of time, that's still +8 for Andre Dyson, which is, you know, it's not a for sure thing. So we will give Bryant a captaincy spot and just completing a little bit of a reshuffle there as we get ready for the Manning versus Manning battle in week 3. Oh, 3rd and 6, get off the field. That's Reggie Wayne just making our secondary look as garbage as at least the safeties are. There's a touchdown. Wide open, across the middle, picking on the linebackers, the best young tight end in the National Football League. Superstar X Factor, Jason Witten gets us in a goal-to-go scenario. Oh, come on, Witt. Oh, no. Oh. 3rd and inches. Bryant, the newcomer, makes the tackle on Reggie Wayne, but it still wasn't good enough. Oh, there's a murder. Albert Hainsworth, please have that get Peyton Manning out of his X Factor, out of the zone. Come on. Wide open. I don't even know who that is. It's not Dallas Clark. They didn't draft him, but another white guy, Davenport. Oh, Anquan died for it. Yes, he gets in. And just at the die moves of the first half, finally able to get our first touchdown of the game and cut this lead to 7 for the second half. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Marvin Harrison, 62 yards. Okay. Okay, it only took them 10 seconds. We got guys like that. It only take us 10 seconds to hit Andre Johnson or something. Here we go. Yep, let's get into halftime. Let's go, Witt. Let's go, Witt. There we go. Opening drive of this. Well, our opening drive. We did get forced a 3-and-out of the second half. We're clawing back, man. We are clawing back. We have all the momentum right now. Oh, my God. Anquan Bolden jumps up. I thought it was a pick. It's the rethrow it. Madden 19 classic PA crossers. And the aggressive. I mean, he is one of the most aggressive wide receivers in the National Football League, even at this point in his young career. He straight up toyed with them. Look at that. Get out of here. Oh, my God. That's going to be one of the best catch animations I think I've ever seen. Such conviction for Anquan Bolden. No one else was coming down with that, and we desperately needed that score. What a play. Forced another 3rd down. 3rd and 6. They could get a first down, and that would end the game. Come on. For the love of God. How are they always wide open? fucking unacceptable. That is so unacceptable. Come on, Ashley. Oh, you're only on the team because you're fast. And there's our first official Pink Slips loss. Coming to the third game of the season against, it was the Manning off. And it was a deep ball. We just didn't have the deep ball. We could not connect. None of our guys. I mean, full credit to the Colts. Whatever their corners are. I can't name one corner on their team. I think they had Peanut Tillman, actually. But they did not let us get the deep ball. And look at our defense. Our defense was horrific. You give up 85% completion percentage. Peyton Manning puts up almost a goddamn career day. You're going to lose. So, pathetic job from our defense. Hopefully, I mean, this is the best thing, is that I get to pick and choose who we lose. We do it realistically if we're the Colts. I'm telling you right now, I'm sliding towards, if I can get rid of anyone in the secondary, they're getting punished and they're being held responsible for this loss. But we're going to have to calculate the Colts' star rating and figure out just what kind of, just how bad we really lost this game. Look at the loss. It's a loss. They won. It's a divisional game. It's 2 stars. They had the plus minus, which is a half star. Peyton Manning, 300 yards, over 3 touchdowns. It's a full star for Peyton. Come on, get out of here. We got a full star for Reggie Wayne. He went over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, we got a half star for Marcus Washington with 2 sacks. A half star for Mike Doss with the interception. That gives them 5.5 stars. It is a 5-star win for the Colts, which means they get to spin the loser wheel, which I haven't even made yet. So that's something. Okay, so before we figure out who we're going to lose, we had to break out the loser wheel. And here are the widgets that I have decided on for our first loss. I didn't think this was going to happen at all. As you can see, the other widgets, if it lands on one of those, because you can only really have one wheel for how I use this on Streamlabs. So the positive, like the ones that are really, really small, are the ones that we usually get if we ourselves get a 5-star. So obviously we land on one of that, we get a respin. But the negatives, as you can see, red, pink, like a puke colored green, booger green, and orange. We have a plus 20 overall, which is that you guys should know right now. If the Colts get that, they can add another plus 10 to the already 10 that they have to steal away our players. We have, in the red category, we call it that's plus 20. So the pink category right there is lose a dev trait. One of our players that is not a captain has to lose a dev trait. We have draft a bust, which is in that green one, which means with our first round selection for the next draft, the 2005 draft, in that first round, we have to draft the biggest bust that is available when our selection comes up. So that obviously is a really, really tough one. We have the puke, the little one that looks like puke is lose a pick. How that we land on that, then we will give the Colts, we'll have to hop out another wheel from 1 through 7. Whatever pick that lands on is the pick we have to give the Colts in addition to a plus 10 player. And the last one there, the orange one, is Captain LJJ, which means one of our 6 or 5 one of our team captains will get caught using performance enhancing drugs, and they will be suspended for the next 4 games, which is usually essentially an episode. So super nervous right now. I've never done this. It's the first time in Pink Slips history. So we're already at a deficit, losing a 10+ point player. Let's spin it. Got an annoying sound. That's not annoying at all. Oh, so annoying. And it's dev trait downgrade. So that's, out of all the categories, that's probably the best one that we could have got, I think. And I think we got out of this one a little bit unscathed. So the Colts get a plus 10 upgrade, and one of our non-team captains is going to go down a dev trait. The dev trait, thinking about this in the mind of the Colts, I'm not going to cheapen out and go with a star going down to a normal. I'm going to take Mike Peterson here. Mike Peterson is a player that we stole away from the Colts, so there is a little bit of bad blood, a little bit of tension there. So we are going to, fortunately, take Mike Peterson from a superstar and knock him down to a star dev. I think that's what the Colts would do if they were in this situation. So here's I mean, our best player that was uncaptained is obviously going to be the target if we're trying to keep this as realistic as possible. And I guess the good news, the silver lining, is that we do get to play the Colts, a couple times a year. We might be able to regain these players, but we're going to flip. We got Harris here, 72 normal. He's 30. And Diem, who's a 25 guard, actually not that bad of a player. We're going to flip him. Diem +2 to get O'Hara, who's a 76 superstar dev. And then we're flipping Harris, obviously, to get Andre Dyson in his prime, 80 superstar dev corner. This is we essentially lost 3 superstars in one loss, and it was deserved for how bad that defense played. So that was rough, and I don't want that to happen again. And we have an 0-3 Marshals team. We went 1-1 against them last year. They're looking for their first win. It can't be against us. We cannot suffer the same type of defeat. And if we lose, it's 2 stars right out the rip because it's a divisional opponent. So, yeah, let's dunk on them. There's no other way around it. We have to dunk on the Marshals, get back in the win column, acquire some more talent to make up for what we just lost. Oh, let's go Brown. Not even the starter. I mean, we technically do have an open running back competition. Even though we kind of give it to Willie Parker after the preseason, Brown hasn't had an opportunity to really lose it. And getting a 48-yard scamper right there. Tremendous vision, great blocking. It's going to go a long way to getting more snaps out of this committee backfield. Oh, come on. You got like 90-some speed. Oh, thank God. 98 yards, Willie Parker. He just got himself a half star on one run. Oh, my God. Are we going to get back to... No, this guy doesn't get the speed. He got the power, though. Oh, my God. And then Brown just muscles his way down. The run defense of the Marshals, there's a reason why they've yet to win a game. It's rainy. We don't want to throw it too much, especially with Eli being a little turnover prone. So we have to commit to the run, and both these backs, Parker and Brown. Too easy. There's our second touchdown. We're just going to run it. We're going to run it down their throats. It's OP in Madden 20. We know this, but we need a dub, and it's not slants cheese. We having a party tonight, and it's Andre Johnson hosting. 60 yards. We're getting our 5-star back. We are getting our 5-star back. Why weren't things even remotely this easy against the Colts is what I want to know. It's a joke. This game's over. We can almost sim to the end of it. We can almost just sim right to the end of it. Haven't touched the sliders. Haven't touched the difficulty yet. Day and night from a game ago. Literally day and night for me playing this game 15 minutes ago. There we go. Another one. Bites the dust. So this was the perfect revenge game that you could ask for. Popping up how we score pink slips. We won the game. It's a divisional opponent. We won by 21, so that's 3 stars right off the rip. We got a half star for winning the turnover battle. Looking at how our own players performed, almost like a perfect game. Eli Manning. Pretty much literally what Peyton did to us a week ago. He was inspired by it. With his yards and touchdowns, that's 1 full star for Eli Manning. Willie Parker with over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 full star for him. Over 100 yards for Chris Brown is a half star for him. We got a half star for Jason Witten going over 100. We have a full star for Andre Johnson for going over 100 and getting 2 receiving touchdowns. On the defensive side, Darnell Dockett got a half star for 2 sacks. Donald Mitchell got a half star for an interception, which gave us an 8.5 star performance. Without a shadow of a doubt, our best game of the year. That is a 5 star ultimately, so it's a plus 10 upgrade off the rip, plus an opportunity to spin the positive wheel and try to get some added bonuses here from this victory. So before we find who we're going to take away from the Marshals, we got to pop out the wheel, the positive wheel right now. We definitely could add a couple more widgets. I've made some changes, but we currently just have 4 widgets that we're going to talk about today. I've got rid of a couple. We got rid of free agency freebie because all the free agents right now are like in the 60s. It's just how how flashback franchise rosters work. So it's a terrible idea. I got rid of max XP as well. That was another widget we used to have because that's the whole league gets it. It's not just my team gets a bunch of XP boosts. So while it does help my team, it indirectly helps a lot of the other teams. Doesn't feel very rewarding. So our widgets that we're going to be going with right now, One, we have Dev Boost, which if we land on that, one of our players gets to go up a Dev trait. We have plus 20 overall, which means we could take away and upgrade that plus 10 that we earned from a 5-star. It now becomes a plus 20. We have the Pink Special, which is plus 2 throw power to our quarterback, which would be Eli Manning, and then plus 2 acceleration, plus 2 speed to any wide receiver that we pick, because obviously that's Pink Slips at its core. And then we also have Pick a Team, which means we can apply that plus 10 upgrade, which I'm going to be honest with you, that Marshals roster, they're like the Houston Texan expansion team. They're very bad. So actually, that's pretty good. Essentially, Pick a Team means we can get a plus 10 upgrade from any player around the league. Let's spin the wheel. So if you guys have any more suggestions for positive 5-star spin the wheel ideas, let me know in the comment section below, because I would like to add at least one more to have 5. And we won the Pinks Special. I mean, I guess if you're looking at all these items, it's probably the least valuable, but it's still pretty damn valuable. So we're going to give plus 2 throw power to Eli Manning, and then figure out what wide receiver is going to get that speed boost, and then poach our player away from the Marshals. So we'll start here with Mr. Eli Manning. I don't even know what his throw power is off the rip. I think he has a decent one, though. I think it's like 92, 93, somewhere in that territory. Should also help him gain out a little overall there. So yeah, it's 93, and now it's going to go up to a 95. He gets a plus 1 overall, and now he's up to a 96. Now to determine what wide receiver is going to get the speed boost, I think for all intents and purposes, it just should be Andre Johnson. You know, he's our captain. Anquan Bolden could use the speed, but he's not going to, you know, there's a chance he could get poached away. No one's touching Andre Johnson, so we might as well continue to make him into that much of an ungodly monster, which is what we do. Now, let's get our plus 10 upgrade. And for the plus 10, we're just going to make it simple. Straight swap. Dele, the linebacker that we won from the Jags, 72 normal. We're going to flip him for the veteran. 82 overall, Jamie Sharper, who actually, I still remember him making a bunch of plays for us when we did the Marshals franchise last. And he also has a huge superstar dev, which is something that we did lose 3 superstar devs in 1 week against the Colts. So at least we gained one of those back on the defense. Even though he's a veteran, he's 29, probably not going to progress a lot more. Still a nice little linebacker, and maybe a potential moving piece down the road to upgrade to a better, younger middle linebacker if the opportunity presents itself. We're going to finish the episode up against the San Francisco 49ers. New team. Not super familiar with what they're bringing to the table. They got T.O., superstar X-Factor wide receiver. Julian Peterson at linebacker. Jeff Garcia at quarterback. I love me some Jeff Garcia. I love me some T.O. This could be an interesting one if we can find a way to win it. So as we get into our final sim game, I mean, they are a better team than us by a decent amount. We are the underdogs coming in. But you look at the performance we had a week ago. We skunked the team. And we can't face another 5-star defeat, but we are struggling. We got to the red zone 3 times, and we still have 0 points on the board. Finally, we got a field goal here. This game is brutal. I really wish we had like a rule that I could come in and like help us a little bit. I can't even. I really want to come in for a game for like even just a little bit, and we got skunked, man. This might be 5 stars. This might be 5 stars. Why is our secondary so bad? Our 2 losses, both Peyton Manning and Jeff Garcia, have had like career days completion percentage wise. So as we calculate this, the Niners beat us, and they beat us by 21 points, which gives them 2 stars off the rip. They won the turnover battle, which is a half star. But luckily, as I went through this, they didn't perform well by pink slip standards. No stars for Garcia, nothing for the running back, nothing for the receivers. We actually held T.O. to nothing. He did diddly squat. On the defense, they had nothing for his sacks, but they did have 2 total interceptions at half a star each. Gives them 1 full star. It's a 3.5 star performance for the Niners. We round that down to a 3 star, so it's a +6 opportunity. We wrap up the episode with the most nothing episode of all time as the best upgrade easily for the Niners. It was either getting wide receiver Jabbar Gaffney, which, you know, he's a 76. This one made a lot more sense. And flipping linebacker, they have Derek Smith, 76 star dev. He's 29. For Jamie Sharper, who we just won, who is actually an 82 overall with a superstar dev, who we literally just got a week ago. Oh, pink slips. So that does it for episode 10 here. We had the full experience of pink slips. 3-2, 2 losses. A brutal loss in the first battle of the Mannings. And here we sit. I mean, the best thing that happened is we got that pink special. So we got 2 throw-powered Eli Manning, 2 speed and acceleration, Andre Johnson. We've lost some guys though. We lost a superstar guard in Sean O'Hara. We lost a dev trait in Mike Peterson, going from superstar down to a star. We've had a lot of fluctuation there at middle linebacker. We lost Dyson, superstar dev corner, 25 years old in the prime of his career. So, I mean, you know, this is what happens. This is why Pink Slips the last time we did it, we weren't losing. It got so overpowered because we didn't have this roster turnover. Now you're just seeing it's so hard to keep that balance. It's so hard to be so good for so long. And we got, you know, a big stretch here. The next 4 ends. Look at that game. End of episode 11. It's going to be the rematch of the Mannings. We got a big time revenge game there. As we got the Jets, Colts, Steelers, a bye. But then that matchup there, that's going to be a... It's going to be a big one. But you see there before you, a 77 overall team. And now you finally have your first true episode of Pink Slips. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Continue to give me a couple suggestions. Look for maybe 1 or 2 widgets on the positive when we get our own 5-star performance. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit when you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game like who are you stopping? Not me, not never. Not me, not never. Not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too persistent on taking your bit.